Welcome to this video by Customer Attuned that continues to explore how trust is applicable to businesses. Customer Attuned provides you with practical customer relationship management expertise to support your strategic and people development challenges. I'm Paul Cranston. Today I'm chatting with Customer Attuned Director and our lead people development consultant, Alan Thompson. Our topic is the relationship between trust, particularly with reference to Dr. Mark Holyoake's model on trust in B2B, the S-curve of trust, and the development of sales and account management capabilities. Last year, Customer Attuned promoted a new sales and account management program, AMPLIFY. Alan, there are a lot of different training solutions in this space, so what makes AMPLIFY different?
Well, thank you very much, Paul, for that. But just maybe by way of some quick context before I answer your question. So whilst Amplify was a new program that we launched last year, much of the content had actually been shaped and successfully delivered to clients in recent years. And we worked with several clients who wanted their account management teams to increase retention and acquisition of profitable business based on stronger relationships and also to deliver enhanced value to their customers. And we helped them over a period of time with some targeted solutions to uplift specific areas of sales and account management capability. But then during 2023, a number of our clients asked for a complete program that provided a holistic solution to rapidly increase the capability of their people to enable them to both identify and deliver long-term, sustainable and profitable relationships. So in response to these requests, Amplify was developed to bring this holistic solution to life. And what Amplify does, it provides sales and account management teams with a highly engaging, a highly interactive approach that packages together experiential workshops, one-to-one coaching, real-life assignments, and provides them with on-the-job tools that they can take away and deploy immediately, which all lead to real behavior change and immediate business benefits. But coming back perhaps to your question, what makes it different? Well, there are three key pillars that underpins our Amplify program. I'm not going to go through all of those, but I believe it's the second pillar is what makes it different and unique from anything else available in the market. So all of our training programs, and indeed, as you alluded to, all of our business at Customer Attuned have been built around trust, as we believe that trust sits at the heart of any successful business-to-business, customer-centric strategy, and it shapes a proposition that delivers for customers. And I really firmly believe that a B2B proposition really relies on the ability of your people to deliver it. So successful delivery will be underpinned by the trust-based relationships that they develop and manage. And these relationships can be direct with their customers, it can be with intermediary partners or distribution partners, but also internally with the teams who must work together to shape and deliver the overall customer experience. But why did we put trust at the heart of our business models? Well, as you mentioned earlier, it's really down to the work of one of my fellow directors, Dr. Mark Holyoake, who completed his doctorate, about 4 years ago, I think, after spending several years exploring the role of trust in B2B relationships. And it was his groundbreaking research that really lays out clearly how trust develops in B2B relationships and the associated value generated. And obviously, there's a lot more information of that on our website. So therefore, building trust-based relationships really sits at the heart of the whole of the Amplify program. And no one else in the market has that ability to make use of Dr. Mark's research, which is unique to us, and into the critical importance of developing and building trust as a foundation for long-term relationships that will bring greater mutual value for your business and for your customers.
Thanks, Alan. I like that the Amplify program is a product of co-creation, working with customers to create mutual value, and it seeks to change behaviors of customer-facing team. Given that the role of trust and understanding of trust is unique to Amplify, how is Dr. Mark's model of trust, the S-curve of trust, reflected in the program?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And again, just to underpin that, as you'd expect in any good sales and account management training program, there are modules that cover a whole range of capability areas that are really critical attributes of any good sales and account manager. So let me share an example that demonstrates how we bring trust as a dynamic into some of those areas. Well, firstly, a highly effective sales and account manager we'll focus on people. And that's pretty obvious given that the critical role that an account manager has is to build and develop great relationships. But expanding on this, what makes a great account manager stand out? Well, it's how well they know all of their key stakeholders, both at their client's business, but also those in their own business who they can draw on when they're needed to make things happen. And not only do they know them, they stay close to them. They make sure they meet regularly and they speak regularly, and then they have a good balance perhaps with business and social interactions. And they take the time to really get to know the person and build trust with them. Or else they'll find without that trust, it's really difficult to build beyond the basics of a relationship. And to develop that deep understanding of their values, of their beliefs and of their motivations, they need to ask the right questions and crucially, be a really good listener. And it's this deep understanding and empathy which helps them become someone that their client can trust and confide in about their business challenges. So given this critical attribute, a key module of the program examines the S-curve of trust that was developed as an output of Dr. Mark's extensive research. And in essence, we use this to explore how trust-based relationships develop and over what time period. And then crucially, how can we evaluate the level of trust that exists, as this will impact many of the relationship activities. And as the program develops, subsequent modules include, for example, when and how to ask those really insightful questions that will unlock opportunities based on the stage of the relationship. When and how relationships can move up the S-curves of trust from, say, a one-sided driven approach to a real partnership. And then thirdly, how the level of trust that exists in a relationship impacts how we plan for and how we manage negotiations with our customers. So just a couple of examples there, Paul, on the unique role of where trust underpins our program.
Thank you. You've just mentioned the impact of interpersonal relationships on building and maintaining of trust and other capabilities needed to be a highly effective sales and account manager. And you've linked this to how the AMPLIFY program helps to develop these capabilities. How do these behaviors and the role of trust connect to the key account management scorecard that we've made available on our website?
Yeah, no, well spotted. And it is most definitely linked to the AMPLIFY program and to the development of trust-based relationships. So in common with the AMPLIFY program, our key account management scorecard came about as a direct result of a client request. And it was the outset of one of our sales and account management development programs that we were running. And we were asked, what behaviors do successful account managers have that sets them apart? What's different about them? And we thought that was such a great question. So initially, our team put our heads together and we thought about the highly successful account managers that we have worked with over the years across different industry sectors and what it is that they did that made them really stand out. And on the back of that, we developed a draft version of the key account management scorecard. And then last year, we shared this with many of our contacts across different industries, both those senior people managing sales and account management functions, but also those who interact with those teams as well to get their views on the capability of those teams. And then using their feedback, we refined this scorecard. And I think this now is a really great resource that can be downloaded for free from our website. And in essence, what this scorecard does, it enables individuals in a sales or account management function to self-assess themselves against 22 statements across 4 high-level areas. But it can also be used by leaders of a team of account managers who'd really like to identify any development areas for the individuals or their teams. And of course, if there are any gaps, we'd be delighted to work with any client to help address these gaps because that's what we do and that's what we believe we're very good at. And then maybe just as a final point, whilst I've talked about our AMPLIFY program as this holistic solution, one of its other 3 pillars is flexibility. Now, as a whole program, it is flexibly designed around you and your business. And we always invest time in fully understanding your business and your needs to ensure that AMPLIFY is tailored to your industry, your route to market, and your key client and or your key partner relationships. And in its design stage, you can select the components of the program that are most needed for you and your business and your teams. And then a delivery schedule can be flexibly shaped around any peaks and troughs in your team's schedules through the year. But also, of course, if the scorecard pinpoints just maybe one or two capability gaps that you really want to address as a priority, then obviously we can take elements from the program and deliver these as standalone modules.
Thanks again, Alan. I've seen the account management scorecard and worked through it and recognize the value in using it to support personal improvement. If you are interested in downloading this or having a chat with us about Amplify for your sales and account management teams, please head to our website or get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Alan, thank you for sharing your insights and
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us. Till next time, goodbye.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Bye-bye.